Project Romulus is, of course, the bold endeavor to send the very first colonists to the planet known as Kepler 22b in an effort to expand our reach into the farthest corners of our universe. The estimated time of arrival of the colonists on the planet is still classified, but our UN officials have repeatedly assured us that we will know soon enough, and it may be sooner than we think. It is particularly fitting that the recent launch of the Romulus Project took place on the 1st of March, which of course was the 500th anniversary of the launch of the Remus Project, sent to Mars for the very same purpose and goals for interstellar outreach. The 5 million colonists currently inhabiting Mars are doing well and thriving, reports the Space Division, and are projected to reach their next benchmark for 7.5 million people within 9 years. In other news,
One small step. One small step outside my front door, stopped feeling like a leaper man. Ages before, when we stepped up on that launch pad, buckled, strapped, and rocked back, the engines fired up, and in an instant we were on that red rock. We opened up the hatch and got to work upon the sand, till the soil grew the crops and colonized that land. Supply drops from Earth gave us everything we need to establish Juneau as the city that would never leave. We are the builders of these colonies, created to live symbiotically, far from that burning black and blue slum, that third rock with one satellite, with those parasites raising Fahrenheit. Those levees ain't so watertight, to plug those holes up in the ozone. You know this course run will only take us so far. We built up the capital city, established the Remus Committee, cause even we pioneers needed a system to keep this whole project afloat, to delegate duties and call the only when supply started to come. So far, we built up Juneau's call it home abroad. And people on Earth can applaud the efforts of colonists avoiding the apocalypse. And power politics now a part of this extraterrestrial journey through stars. She's breaking the ground off our Mars. Finally, now we can say that we have a utopia we can call ours. All of our own, under the dome, for settlements we can call home. Grow cities with air, water and food, shipped over to Juno so we never feud. Gallus and Gannon provided the sustenance. Every time fills out air, which accustomed us to a lifetime on this giant airline. The future of all of us lies in the red rock.
mankind's most noble goal, the search for truth and understanding. In ancient days, mankind looked to the stars and saw heroes and cosmos. And we do the same by looking to that red rock. The sacrifice cannot be forgotten. Dear colonists of present rulers, this is the Republic of the United Nations Division. It is with a heavy heart and sincerest condolences that we must inform you of the recent decision to cease supply shipments sent to the capital city of Mars. Additionally, we advise that retrieval tunnels cannot be provided, as funding has recently been cut down in an unprecedented way that leaves us unable to prepare the sheer number of shuttles needed to renew all back home. Fate has ordained that this time, to set out all the struggles related to exploring to rest in peace. The search for truth and understanding. In ancient days, mankind looked to the stars and saw heroes in cosmos. And from this day onward, we do the same by looking to that red rock. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten.
Perpetuated by those who want gore and the war perpetuated infatuated by those who want more. And the situation thrust on me from lighters offshore made sure they just kept falling like 9 years ago when they had their first death. His niece Rhea dropped to the floor out of breath. She died from an infection on her knee from a scar, buried under her favorite synthetic tree out in the yard. Unfortunately, couldn't get a hold of all the medicine she needed. As an official on the council, knew their stock was just depleted, and knew that certainly his niece wasn't the only one untreated. So he ultimately had to make a deal he regretted, cause after 8 straight months of arguing and debating, proved fruitless in the face of the counselors who were claiming that to lie low was the safest course of action. He reached out to Gannon for a secret transaction, said, Ramsey, I know that our factions have been clashing, have compassion, I need meds and I imagine that we have other things we can trade. And it only took Ramsey 7 minutes to reply to Cassius' request. Ramsey said, I will comply. I might suggest, since you have fusion cells that are supply short at best, we can offer you 5 tons of medicines that we possess. We think it's very fair for an equivalent weight of cells be brought to us this week in Juno's underground hotel. So Cassius immediately went out and gathered up the cells, and 6 days later Cassius found himself in Juno on the Canaan. He realized he knew nobody living there, and now with all the vacancy he painfully remembers the metropolis it used to be. Hopeful in the future that his niece can see some good outside her colony instead of just her favorite tree. Now at the meeting place he can see 5 more people than he brought. Cassius should have put more thought into Gannon's history. All those years of misery, give us half of your supplies. To refuse would be unwise. Those words echo through his mind, but after all the deal goes fine. 4 days later, his niece, deceased, is buried under her favorite tree. He painfully recalls all the meds that he gave her, increased the speed that her infection spread, and now he's almost there to meet the killer of his 3-year-old niece. No time for a piece of message from Gannon after to attend a treaty meeting. Cassius scheming that Rhea's killer will be dead. Quick to shut off the alarms. Chances are thin they won't fire their arms. She's moving slow through the house of command, a few paces ahead of her team like they planned. Her heart's beating fast while she tries not to cry. She's feeling the pressure of every eye. This was her plan, seize the command, then go back home with her food in her hand. Now is her chance to look into the eyes of the 9 volunteers that she led to their death. Air growing colder, she's seeing their breath. Deep down she knows this is all for soon this will be put to rest with the governing body that forced them to starve. Now in a meeting they will be unarmed after years of her pleading to fill up her plate. Now they kick down the door and are finally met with the 8 leaders. Ghost white mouth will be the king. Hands up, guns up directly in the face. Get on the ground, don't make a single sound. Just give us the code for the reserves of the crown. A foreign governor stretches it on a napkin, preaches tracking. It doesn't see another. Chucker with the prescription called security. Pray don't have authority, not until after take a deal with the 7 armed guards that just burst in, brandishing the weapons as her blood runs in. The open fire, she returns. The feeling of your fire burns, dodging as a cloud flies. 5 of her squadron dies. Her plan of attack has ended up front. Bree takes one final shot, which leaves 6 total living people in the room. The remainder of her people on her crew. The color of success is a wolf. She made herself governor after all, and now she's representing the colony in a meeting with the very same person who shouldn't even be breathing. Undertaking his guns in exchange for tons of medicine. All of which you poisoned hoping you would be just a skeleton. But you somehow got an invitation from some Ganon representative inviting her to a summit via Morse code messages. Now she's seeking retribution for the troubles perpetuated by those who want war, and the war perpetuated by those who want war. The situation goes on from either side, sure, nothing sure. It just kept falling like a 3 million people all had to die. Finding her when she saw the diamond fly, thinks about the diamond as she enters in again. Her blood runs thin.
Bree, glad to see you received my message. Please, take a seat. As you may recall from our correspondence, I am Ramsey, the newly elected governor of Gannett. To your left is Cassius. He is the representative for Recital. Cassius, this is Bree. She is the governor of Gallus.
Nice to meet you.
You as well.
Well, I just want to take the time to thank you both for putting past differences aside and agreeing to pave the way for a better future. I would like to start with...
Before we begin, Ramsey, I have questions I need answered.
Of course. What's on your mind?
Do you remember a few months ago when I reached out to your people and made a trade deal regarding some medicine my people needed?
I do recall that message, yes.
Oh, good. So you're aware of the faulty drugs you sent, which resulted in the death of hundreds of innocent Retites. How can you sit there discussing terms of peace after you so mercilessly slaughtered my people?
Cassius, I'd like to start by saying that I am sorry for the loss of your people. I'll have you...
Sorry won't bring back my niece, Ramsey.
It also won't bring back my leader.
We've all suffered losses. Can we get back to the matter at hand?
The matter at hand is that Ramsey and his people are directly responsible for the death of our loved ones. He owes me an answer for his actions. Do you even know what the message
All right,
is?
let's just calm down and speak in a civil manner. I cannot change what my colony has done in the past, but we are here to discuss how we can move forward peacefully. Bree, I am absolutely thrilled that your uprising was successful, but Cassius' remarks have brought up an issue with our previous trade.
We are grateful for your assistance. It certainly wouldn't have been possible without your help. Now, what did you have in mind for the future?
I will not talk about the future until I have a clear understanding of what happened in the past. I simply cannot entrust a future to someone who betrayed that trust once before. Ramsey, I will ask you again, what was really in that medicine and why did you poison it?
Cassius, I can sympathize with your pain, but you are letting your emotions take control of your actions. Let's just focus on...
You can sympathize? You murdered your governing body in order to gain control.
I did what I had to for my people, as did you when you dealt with Gannett to get your medicine. Your government obviously wasn't supplying the resources your people needed, and neither was mine. At least I was able to make a change for the better, even if it did result in bloodshed. It wasn't my fault that your niece died because you dealt with murderers.
Our medicine was supplied by you, Bree. Sula, our governor, was sick and dying. We were low on the medicine needed to heal her. We traded some of our guns with Bree for some medicine that her government had stashed away. After administering what we could to Sula, we traded the remainder to you, Cassius, and, like your niece, Sula was poisoned and died anyway.
Is this true, Bree? Answer me, Bree.
Put the gun down, Cassius. There was no way for me to know what Ramsey would do
She
with
is
the
responsible
medicine.
for the deaths of our people,
Gannett
Cassius, not
people
me.
have terrorized us for years. I had to try to put a stop to
It's
it.
your fault.
That's not true. I never meant for it to hurt your people.
For your own personal gain.